Okay, so as a technologist, having been a chief technology officer, as well as someone who has worked with and supported marketing, I think you have a lot of experience that kind of crosses over from marketing and technology, and as well as you're always looking at what's new, what's the leading edge, what's the bleeding edge of technology. So in that realm, what do you see as what's interesting, what's working, and what should people know about? And I guess that would include things like machine learning and artificial intelligence. What are your thoughts in that area?
I think, so let's go with the good and the bad. So on the good side, I think what's coming at us is machine learning, which is a subset of artificial learning, basically. Machine learning is best guess technology, I like to call it, to put it in the right context for people. We see you have Google Photos or Apple Photos, and you teach it what grandma looks like, and it will then guess. We think this photo has grandma in it. Sometimes it'll be right, and sometimes it's your pet dog. Grandma's not happy with that, but it's best guess technology. That's where we are right now. What you need to make it better is lots of data. So when it comes to the use of that in marketing, you're seeing chatbots being used by people very effectively by some companies like Facebook and Skype and these sorts of companies. Because they have these massive data sets, they have so many users and so many interactions already in their pocket that running those learning algorithms, the machine learning algorithms over that, to come up with now here's the best response. A brand new company or a company that's recently capturing this information, they'll try and use it and they'll fail. It will be horrible because they don't have that data set behind them. But what marketers should be doing is working out how they capture that data now, so that when machine learning gets better and becomes even more intelligent, that they'll be ready with the data set to support it then. So be thinking about that today, even if your company's not ready for machine learning today. On the downside, the sort of critique where marketing and technology, clash rather than connect, is in the area of the data you're capturing, the management of databases, the contact information. Is there anything more frustrating than getting the same email 4 times from a company, within a period of 10 minutes, and it's clear that somehow you've got onto 4 different lists for that company and they don't care. That aspect of duplication of data. So even as you're capturing leads into your marketing organization, you should be thinking about what is the cleanest, the strongest technology I can use to ensure I'm not causing a duplicate, that I'm not creating more noise for my company, but I'm creating messaging for my company.
Now that's really interesting, and I think that one of the things I really take out of that is that machine learning and machine learning powered insights, let's call them, it's a best guess technology. It's not, this is now the answer, or this is absolutely what it is, or what the future is. That it's about guessing, and it's about getting more and more data so you get better at it, so that the machine or ultimately eventually an artificial intelligence gets better at it. But ultimately it's still a guess. It's not there's no real level of certainty there, is there?
There really isn't. You have wheels that you turn to adjust of how long you want to spend in the learning cycle before you decide, okay, you've reached an algorithm, and you set what percentage accuracy you want from that algorithm. If you set it, even for a simple thing like a daffodil in a photo, if you set that to 100%, it's probably still running today. It's probably, you're probably never going to quite finish it. You're going to make a business decision, hey, listen, we want 90% of the answers to be right. Or in a lot of cases, it's 60% of the answers to be right. And then when it's wrong, we'll bounce them off to a human being. But you've now dealt with 60% of your questions without requiring, the cost and management of human beings.
Okay, so it's an interesting tool, not nearly perfected yet. But
you need the data. You need the data.
You need the data. And as someone who opted in early to the Microsoft Outlook feature, I think a year or two ago, that was based on machine learning, and saw that it did not do what it would promise to do, and ultimately they shut it down because it wasn't ready, despite how many emails that Outlook processes. It shows that it's an interesting future. It's got sounds like it has some applications that can be useful today, but in many cases, it's understand its limitations.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, and we look forward to speaking with you next time.